Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a bucktail jig. With the weather warming up and all the ice coming off of all the lakes around my area, I've started to think about springtime crappie fishing. And one of my favorite baits to use while the crappie are chasing bait shallow and in marinas or in pencil reeds, I love to go to a bucktail jig because I don't have to worry about that soft plastic getting pulled down and like misused, so I can keep this bait in the strike zone longer than any other bait, or like with live bait, don't have to worry about the bait being all messed up. So first thing I do with my jig head of choice, I chose a Berkeley Essentials just ball head jig. I get shore fishing head cement and I put it on the base of my jig and just give it a light coating around the jig, just like that. And that is gonna set me up for the neck of my bait, just the foundation of my thread. Okay, so now that some head cement's on there, it gives something to support my main layer of thread. This is the thread I'm using for my bucktail hair. Uni thread, just in white. I'm going to be making a chartreuse and white color today. Let's see if I can get a better... Perfect. So I'm going to do a good base layer of wraps here, just so that hair has something to sit on. And just like that, I have my base layer of thread. And I'll just take my scissors here, also shore fishing scissors, fly tying scissors. They're super sharp, able to get in small spots. So the hair I'm using is just bucktail hair. I actually got this from a good buddy, Corey Page. He shot this buck this fall. And yeah, so make sure to capitalize on all the bucktail that you get from your fall hunts. So once I cut a decent section of hair, I'd like to use about that much to start. I'll put it on the jig, making sure most of the strands are in line with each other. So this is where I'll take my scissors and kind of give it a little haircut at the top, making sure all these hairs align, just like that. I'll put it on top of my jig, separating some with this hook shank right here, or this hook point, sorry. And then I will start off with two very loose wraps. So that's just to hold the bucktail on there. Two wraps that are very just loosely on there, just to set it kind of in place. And then my third wrap is going to be a little tighter, and then it's going to come to just be tight wraps now. Now that I've established that hair on there. You also want to keep the same consistency, so cut the same amount around, so you've got the same amount of hair on each side of your bait. Alright, and my last little wrap here. Just like I did with all the other sides, 1, 2, light, and then lock down that deer hair. So now, this doesn't really look like my final product if you're just taking away the head there. So I'll take my scissors, my fly tying scissors, and I'll go around the head with my scissors, taking that, all that excess deer hair off the top of my jig head. And the reason you might want to learn how to make these is you can really customize whatever color. You could add tinsel strands in it and really make it the way you want, and try out a whole bunch of different new colors and stuff that you can't get anywhere else. And I think it's pretty fun to do in the off season while the ice is a little unsafe to walk on, but just enough ice to not be able to cast a float onto. Just tuning this bait up. Alright. So I cleaned up that head a lot, and now I'm just gonna kind of go over that with a bunch of wraps just to clean it up and make it look a little bit more presentable. Just to make it look cleaner. And these bucktail jigs are really versatile for any fish too. I'm saying crappie just because that's what's on my mind right now. All right. Well, my camera just died. So like I was saying, I'm saying crappie just because that's the fish species that's on my mind right now. And that's the thing I like targeting most with this. And that just snapped. Great. And I say you could use this for crappie, but this is a really versatile bait, and you could use it really for anything from trout, bass. You can make big ones for pike. So the possibilities are really endless with this hair jig. It's a very versatile bait, and a bait I feel like that's been getting forgotten in the past few years. So make sure to go ahead and try it. My last step with this jig is doing the knot finish. So I don't know if this is actually called a whip finish or not, but I take this tool right here. I'll link where you could find all these tools in the description below, but this is a knot tool for fly tying, and I'll make a triangle. So what I did there, let me show it slower for you guys. Actually, over there. So that's slower. So I take that little hooked end, I hook it onto my thread, then I will line it up with that little groove right here where my thumb is pointing. I'll pull this up and make a triangle while twisting. Well, this tool twists over, and see how I created a triangle with that threading. I don't know if you could see that well. Let's see if I can. Yeah, see that triangle I made? I'm going to put that over my jig head like so. Unhook the threading, and then it slowly makes a knot around it, tightening it up. And I'll do this about, I mean, you could really do as many as you want. I like to do 4 or 5. There's 3, just to make sure it's fully cinched and that is not gonna unravel itself when I catch a couple fish. 4, 5. Now I can cut my thread there. And the last thing, I'm not done there. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fly head cement. my little paintbrush. And just paint over the neck of this hair jig. You don't need a lot of it. I like just getting a nice coating around the bait. All right, that should be good. And then you could even, after this dries, trim this down a little bit to get whatever profile you want that to be. If the bait that you're going for is a little smaller, you can make this hair jig even smaller if you'd like, but let that dry a little bit. And there it is. That is how you make a bucktail hair jig for crappie or perch or really whatever panfish or bass that you're going for. This is really good at making a minnow presentation in the water, and it should put a lot more crappie on the bank or in your cooler or on the boat deck for you.